A rat catches the scent of cat urine. Every instinct it has says run. Instead, it walks closer. That single moment breaks a rule. Evolution spent millions of years writing in stone. Fear the predator, avoid the scent, live another day. But this rat isn't broken. It isn't sick, at least not in any way you'd recognize. It's occupied. Inside its brain is a parasite called Toxoplasma gondii, and it has exactly one goal: get back into a cat. It can't do that on its own. A rat's brain is sealed, guarded, protected by walls that keep almost everything out. And yet this microscopic organism with no nervous system, no eyes, nothing you'd call intelligence, finds a way through. It rewires the rat's fear response from the inside. Studies have shown infected rats don't just tolerate the smell of cat urine, some become actively drawn to it, seeking it out the way they'd seek out food or a mate. The parasite doesn't destroy the fear circuit. That would be clumsy. Instead, it hijacks it, flips the wiring so danger reads as curiosity. The rat walks toward the one smell that should mean death, delivers itself to a predator, and the parasite completes its life cycle inside the cat's gut. The rat was never the point. It was a vehicle, a body borrowed just long enough to get somewhere else, then discarded. This isn't a one-off trick nature stumbled into. It's a strategy, and once you know what to look for, it shows up everywhere. Take Ophiocordyceps, the fungus known as the zombie ant fungus. It infects a carpenter ant, and over days, it doesn't just weaken the ant's body, it takes over its motor functions with surgical precision. The fungus forces the ant to leave its colony, climb to a specific height, on a specific side of a leaf, at a specific time of day, conditions that happen to be exactly right for spore dispersal. Then it kills the ant, fruits out through its skull, and rains spores down onto the colony below, ready to start the cycle again. The ant's own legs carried it to its execution site. Its own body became a launch platform for something that never asked permission. Or take the hairworm, a parasite that grows inside a cricket, sometimes many times the cricket's own body length, coiled up like rope inside a container never built to hold it. When it's ready to reproduce, it needs water. Crickets avoid water, so the hairworm does what these organisms seem to specialize in. It takes the wheel. It alters the cricket's brain chemistry until the insect does something no healthy cricket would ever do. It walks straight toward the nearest pond and jumps in, drowning itself, so the hairworm can emerge into the water and complete its life cycle. The cricket doesn't fight it. It doesn't even hesitate. Whatever internal alarm should be screaming, "not the water," has simply been switched off. And it isn't only behavior these organisms rewrite. Sometimes it's the body itself. Sacculina is a barnacle, but not the kind that sits harmlessly on a rock. This one targets crabs, and it doesn't just ride along. A young Sacculina finds a crab, injects itself through a joint in the shell, and grows as a network of tendrils through the crab's entire body, wrapping around organs the way roots wrap around soil. Eventually, it takes over the crab's hormonal system so completely that the crab stops growing, stops molting, stops mating. If the crab is male, the parasite can even reshape its body to resemble a female's, broadening its abdomen so it can better carry the parasite's own eggs. The crab spends the rest of its life caring for a brood that isn't its own, tending eggs that will hatch into more Sacculina, convinced as much as a crab can be convinced of anything that it's performing its own most basic biological duty. It hasn't just lost control of its behavior, it's lost its sense of what it even is. What's unsettling isn't just that this happens, it's how precise it is. This isn't chaos, and it isn't a parasite getting lucky. It's control, engineered by something with no brain, no eyes, no capacity to plan, and somehow more surgically effective at manipulation than most predators that hunt with teeth, claws, and speed. So here's the question that should sit uncomfortably with you. If a single-celled organism can rewrite fear itself in a rat, a worm can override a cricket's most basic survival instinct, and a barnacle can convince a crab it's someone else entirely, where exactly is the line between an organism's instincts and its own mind? Where does self, end, and hijacked begin? Some researchers have gone looking for signs that Toxoplasma might do something similar in us, since humans can be intermediate hosts too. The findings here are still debated, still far from settled, and nobody serious is claiming a parasite is puppeteering human decisions the way it puppeteers a rat's. But some studies have suggested links between Toxoplasma infection and subtle shifts in risk risk-taking behavior, reaction time, even the odds of certain psychiatric conditions. Some researchers have even noted correlations, contested and far from proven, between infection rates and differences in personality traits across populations. None of this means a parasite is quietly steering your life choices, but the fact that this question is being asked at all seriously in peer-reviewed research tells you something. The wall between your instincts and outside influence might be thinner than it feels standing on this side of it, because instincts feel like the most fundamentally you part of you. Fear, attraction, hunger, disgust. These feel like bedrock, the parts of your mind that were never up for negotiation. And yet here's a rat walking calmly toward the smell of its own death, feeling nothing like fear at all. Not because it's stupid, not because it's broken, because something else was allowed to sit in the driver's seat of a circuit it never built and was never invited into. Every nervous system that has ever existed runs on one assumption: that its own instincts are trustworthy, that fear means danger, that craving means need, that disgust means stay away. It's the oldest deal evolution ever struck, older than language, older than fire, older than the tribe itself. It's the deal every animal makes without ever agreeing to it. The quiet contract that says, trust what your body tells you and it will keep you alive. But every so often, something out there finds the seam in that deal, slips inside, and proves the deal was never as airtight as it felt. So the next time an urge shows up that you can't quite explain, an itch, a craving, a pull towards something that doesn't serve you, it's probably just you. Almost certainly it's just you. But somewhere in nature, right now, a rat is walking toward a smell that should mean death. A cricket is stepping toward water it should fear. A crab is tending eggs that were never its own. And something small enough to ignore is proving that probably is doing more work than any of us would like to admit. If this kind of unsettling biology is your thing, there's more of it waiting. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.